Welcome everyone. Coming to you again from the road. This week we're going to start a series on performance conversations. As I mentioned to you a few weeks ago, I've worked with leaders, some of whom struggle to have a productive performance conversation. When their people aren't doing what needs to be done, they fail to address it appropriately, they fail to draw the clear lines, and so the performance does not in fact improve. Today we're going to talk about what a performance issue is. You need to make sure in fact it fits a simple definition so that you know you have the right tool to step forward and address it. Next week we're going to be talking about how you word the performance issue. The following week I'll give you a script to actually talk it through so as to correct the poor performance. Let's get started. So, let's give a working definition to the words performance issue. We like to keep it simple. That is, something that is not happening that should be happening, or something that is happening that shouldn't be happening. Now, of course, that gives a lot of freedom, a lot of leeway to determine if we have a performance issue. This definition can include outputs or results we don't want, like excessive scrap, poor sales, low customer service scores, etc., etc. Or, in addition to results, it can also point to problematic behaviors like failing to share information, inter-office gossip, arguing, etc. The kind of behaviors that we know degrade performance. Now, by definition, for it to be a performance issue, it has to violate a clear, known standard. The person who is judging performance, that is the leader, has to know where that line is, and ideally the employees also need to know right where those lines are. So with that, take a look at the screen and ask yourself the question, do we have a performance issue? Now, if you're looking at it, you go, let's first see, so are we dealing with issue with problem results or problem behaviors? And at least tentatively, this is a problem behavior situation. It looks like this guy's sleeping on the job. But why can't we be sure this is a performance issue? Well, we don't know what standard it violates. In other words, this person could be sleeping on the job, or this person could be on break time and doing something that is totally cool and okay. Oftentimes, though, leaders get into a lurch because they see a situation like this and they go in guns a-blazing, sure that something's been done wrong. What does a good leader do in a situation like this? Well, of course, we'd step in, we'd have a conversation, we'd get more information if we didn't know where they were coming from. So the short answer to this situation, based on our working definition, is we don't know if it's a performance issue because we don't know if a standard has been violated. Now, let me show you one more picture. Do we have a performance issue? And while you might find this humorous, and I don't know, in fact, if that actually was the winner of the Not My Job Award from the Arizona Department of Transportation, I do know that we have a performance issue here because at no time, any place, any roadways, anywhere, should the stripes be on the animal. Should the animal be between the stripes and the road surface. So we violated a clear, known standard. We have a performance issue. When you see something like this, what's your first reaction? If you're the supervisor, you see something that you just think, man, this is boneheaded. And so you jump in guns a-blazing saying something like, hey, why don't you just pay attention? Now, logically speaking, just from a logical basis, are there other possible reasons for why this might have occurred, other than the driver just didn't care? Is it possible it wasn't seen? Is it possible there was an equipment issue? Is it possible there were production schedule? Is it possible we didn't have enough people working this? Yes. So what does a good supervisor do? We've got to learn how to, we clearly need to address this situation, because if we've got a striper, we can't have this happen again. How you address it, how you step into it makes all the difference. And in order to address it well, you're going to have to word the performance issue appropriately, which is where we will pick up in our next video. And thanks everyone for tuning into today's video. If you liked it, please go ahead and give me the thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And please do give me some feedback. I'm trying something new. If you've been with my videos for a while, you know that almost all of them have been 10 to 15 and sometimes even longer as we take deep dives into topics. I've been getting some feedback lately, and that I might do better, that people might want to do this more in little chunks. So I'm trying to break it apart and give people, something that they can digest a little bit more easily. So please let me know if that works for you. If this is just an experiment, if I'm hearing back from folks, know that the people who are on the channel like to grab the cup of coffee and just sit down and invest the time. I'm back to doing long ones. But for the time being, we're going to try to do it a little shorter. So let me know what you think. Thanks so much for tuning in. Until next time, be well.